When you have number 1 beside your name, you have a target on your back. And this top-ranked team in the land is going on the road against a squad that can make its season if it can pull off a major upset. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, a squad looking to put on a show. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So Washington's offense will have the football first. Motion from the wideout. Off play action on first down. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to throw, it's Dalton. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
Makes a move. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line, a group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
And I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost.
Makes a catch at the 15. And he's got a touchdown.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats, and he's shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but, hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
A run for the quarterback. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Huskies will have it 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The play action fake. Catch in the middle. It's Reese. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Looking to throw, it's Dalton. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll give it to the back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Leaves it with the back. Got the first down. Looking for more. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
To the air, it's Dalton. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Part of the DNA of the Washington offense has been a guy who can get it done with his arm.
And just finding a guy that makes everybody better, that can make the right decisions, that can highlight your skill positions. That's what gets the Washington fans going crazy, going nuts, and that's when they have those great football teams.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback running on the draw.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Reese. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Washington. He got a step and just dusted the field.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He has the first and still on his feet. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Got his man on the outside. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for a deep man. Makes the grab inside the 30. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Might be calling a hot route. Sends it back in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And it's in for a touchdown.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
That's a really good-looking run, too. And when you think back to Washington football, we talk a lot about the quarterbacks they've had in these great aerial assaults, but they've always needed to have balance as well. You get that by running the football, and this guy really helps keep defenses honest because they don't know.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Under fire. Right on the money. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away.
Number 11 in punt formation to kick it away.
On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. On the run, it's Pettis. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, getting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Here's the pressure. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. change this route. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Bringing the heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They bring the punter onto the field now. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and take it back. That's a perfect example of not settling for a pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Huskies! A great catch and run for 6. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Now, we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, tune up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Turnover. Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Rushes on him. Gonna try to get it himself. Breaks into the open. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
These quarterbacks are nightmares to play. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Man-to-man, nobody looking at the quarterback. He takes off. He doesn't look like a quarterback. Looks like a running back. Chews up yards, gets way down the field, and makes a big play for this offense.
Finds the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. 1st down for this offense. Making side adjustments here. He wants to throw it. Now he's going to break the pocket. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you see them there taking the shot, I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Wants to go up top on first down. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
So now it's second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
What a great job using his speed to get to the quarterback. This linebacker would have started for those great Purple Rain defenses in the 80s under the legendary Washington Husky coach Don James. He would have loved to blitz this dude. So athletic from the linebacker position.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Quarterback making checks. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. Beck's going for the goal line. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
And I like the offense there. First down, I'm going to be physical, try to get this ball in the end zone. A nice effort by the running back to dive, setting up a second down.
So they attack the perimeter on that one. Let's see if maybe they work inside the tackles on this one, trying to be more physical, just going north.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On the ground. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Dropping back, it's Dalton. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You're probably not going to always live in man-to-man and put your safety, especially your free safety, on a wide receiver, on a guy with great speed, but really nice coverage, nice defense, nice job staying between the receivers.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Washington sends out the punt team. Now on the return. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the offense onto the field again. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. No huddle offense to the line. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Fourth down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on. But with the defense getting that stop on fourth down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense now.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Seattle for an interesting first half than you?
The Huskies will kick it away to crank up the second half. Bringing it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This crowd still bringing the intensity to open the second half. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. After 45 on its way. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He might want another play. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Back to pass on second down. He's got it on the move. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold open.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Line getting set on second down. Wants to go up top. Got his man quickly. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Trying to barge their way in. Saunters into the end zone for a touchdown. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating him time and time again.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Hand off from the shotgun. Sweet cut there. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys. Just in
turning it on. Touchdown, Husky. Great job by the back on the option.
Offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets?
Oh, they block it. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Quarterback making adjustments. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to pass. The quick out. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. To the air on second down. Lets it fly deep downfield. He's in for the score. Touchdown.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, take a gander at what's happening in this interesting battle in the Pac-12. Oregon has the lead right now in Eugene, but that typically dynamic offense just hasn't been able to pull away. They're up by 12 over Arizona State. We'll keep you posted on a Pac-12 showdown that, not surprisingly, guys, is already trending.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Rides the back and leaves it on the option.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you...
He's got it along the sideline. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Looking for a man. It's Dalton. Gets it out fast. Oh, what a move to get room. They get him down with this offensive setup. First and goal from the 9. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good...
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Washington! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half, it looked bad. It looked like it was weak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They go to the ground. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Say this game has been entertaining would be a vast understatement. Let's go ahead and catch our breath for a moment and also catch up on the stats. After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Pulls and fired complete. At the 35, he's open. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously...
Oh, he's got some space. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. They put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. They'll go right back to it. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. This offense needs to avoid getting in its own head, getting domed up with its play calling in the red zone. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. You just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Unloads quickly. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
third down, man. You think this offense would want to throw it down the field, at least past the sticks. With this defense and their athleticism and speed, they gobbled him up behind the line of scrimmage.
Complete and looking for enough for the first down. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. And the Huskies are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Oh, he's got a chance. Powers ahead, gets 4. He's down at the 10. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Makes the grab right down the middle. Open space in the middle. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Huskies. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Man, the defense has got to be kicking themselves. They have the offense pinned back so deep in their own end. It's one thing to give up a completion, but you can't let the receiver go the entire distance and score a touchdown. Bad job on the back end by the D.
On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. If you're the defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get the ball back. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Might be changing the route. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. To the ground to try to move the chains. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch.